Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Melinda tries to flatter the new mayor when Paulina pays a visit to her. Paulina cuts her off and reprimands her. Melinda argues that her work has been excellent, but Paulina states that she is dismissing her because I don't like you. She was Sloane's go-between who made life difficult for her and Channel. Melinda promises to secure her a prominent conviction, something she will require before the election. Eric enters Sloane's flat while Sloane is taken aback. She hadn't anticipated a former priest to be so eager to lead a sinful life. He chuckles, telling her that living together is trivial after conducting an exorcism. And they're getting married soon. When will that occur, she queries. Ava and Harris visit Edmund Crumb after finding his address online. He politely answers the door while dressed in pajamas and a robe. They are sorry to have bothered him, but they needed to speak with him about Susan. Melinda assures Paulina at her office that Lai will be found guilty of attempting to murder Stefan. In order to elicit a confession, she has been attempting to lull him into a false sense of security. She and he are actually dining together tonight. Paulina warns that if she doesn't know what she's doing, she will be fired. Melinda makes a hasty call to Lai to extend an invitation to supper after Paulina departs. Eric approaches Sloane and inquires about her plans for the wedding. Because she doesn't want to smell like chowder, Sloane says she won't be getting married at the pub. Eric is okay with that since that is where he and Nicole were married. Sloane remarks, just another reason not to get married there. However, they shouldn't wait too long because married couples are preferred by adoption agencies. She inquires as to Belle's participation in their adoption. EJ tells Nicole at the Dinmera estate that Wendy says Susan is still alive. Nicole wonders if it's feasible, but EJ doesn't think it's true. EJ feels confident that his mother would have informed him. Nicole responds that it's possible she is avoiding Ava so thoroughly that she is unable to access a phone. EJ assures her that Susan doesn't require a phone to get in touch with him. She would have given him a sign if she were still alive. The lights disappear. You were saying. A martini is waiting for Lai when he meets Melinda in the square. She takes his hand and tells him loud and clear how glad she is that they are seeing each other. Lai coolly takes his hand away and takes a sip. She may be heard stating, "I'm going to nail Li Shin to the wall," in a recording that he plays. At the flat, Eric explains that they need to find another lawyer because Belle is now going through a difficult moment. But he is eager to begin the procedure. Sloane questions whether he really wants this. Naturally, it is. He doesn't have to give his child any of his DNA. Because it was her suggestion, he is aware that she shares his sentiments. Nicole assumes EJ just received his sign as she and EJ light candles in the dim house. EJ averts his gaze. In response, he claims that his mother would not notice the power outage. EJ predicts that while they continue to discuss it, the lights will come back on in a minute. He sees it as proof that he was right when they do. Harris and Ava enjoy tea together in Edmund's apartment. The British man admits he is aware Susan was pushed off a cliff. They clarify that she may actually still be alive. If that's the case, Edmund questions Susan's whereabouts during this entire period. They attempt to clarify their Crumb-related hint and inquire as to whether he has heard from Susan in any messages. When she is locked up in the back bedroom, Edmund questions why she would need to send him messages. Ava and Harris start to feel lightheaded. They are drinking poison tea, Edmund reveals. They suffocate. He takes a sip from his own cup and replies, "That takes care of that." Lai smugly admits in the square that he put a bug in the teddy bear he left behind for her after they had sex on her desk the previous week. Melinda cannot believe how foolish she was. Also, Lai claims, he's amazed he got away with it. But he knew she was after him from the start. Melinda cries out, "I can't believe you played me like this, hurt." They played each other, he responds. He hesitates a little before saying, "You don't care about me any more than I care about you." He assumes that she is just angry because she lost. She tries not to cry as he walks away. Melinda texts Sloane when she is alone to let him know she was just dumped. Paulina reclines. "Pack up your office," the mayor orders. "You're out." She sips Lee's beverage. Eric unpacks when Sloane departs to check on Melinda. He looks at a picture of himself and Nicole that he discovers. Marlena visits after hearing from Kate that Eric has relocated. He's sorry, but he got busy and forgot to tell her. She recognizes it, but she is taken aback by how serious he and Sloane are. They are, Eric assures her. When she sees Nicole's picture, she fiercely smiles. She says, "I really hope it works." "Me too." Melinda takes up the teddy bear as she sobs her way through packing up her office. She spits that he is a lousy lover in case Lai is listening, and she doesn't mean that in a good manner. As Sloane approaches, she takes out a gavel and smacks the bear. Everything that took place with Lai and Paulina is revealed by Melinda. Sloane understands that Melinda may now represent her in her adoption, so her dismissal benefits them both. EJ discovers at the mansion that the electricity was off after an automobile struck a utility pole. The sole indication, then, is that drivers in this area should always keep their eyes on the road. Nicole notes that this neighborhood is made up of the mansion and the expansive grounds that surround it. EJ dismisses the notion that the power company was having me on, saying that only Ava is lying in this situation, so that his mother can finally rest in peace. May she soon rot in hell for all of eternity. Edmund sets up a twin bed for Ava and Harris at his house. Susan arrives while brushing her teeth and has a chain around her ankle. Edward. What the hell are you doing, dude? On Days of Our Lives, Nicole is pregnant Eric's child. Of course, neither she nor Eric are aware of it. Instead, Nicole and EJ believe it to be their child, and are joyfully planning their wedding together, completely oblivious to the horror that is coming their way. The fear of the truth looming over everyone's pleasure is a typical soap opera dilemma. But now that Sloane is looking for a new child, that threat might be about to worsen, just as Nicole is getting closer to giving birth. But would Sloane actually attempt to kidnap Nicole's child and claim it as her own? Previously, we would have responded no, but today, oh yeah. Sloane recently miscarried her and Eric's child, and discovered that she would probably be unable to conceive safely. Her initial idea. This was her payback for tampering with the paternity test results of the child born to Eric and Nicole, taking Eric's child away. Of course it wasn't. But that doesn't mean she doesn't still feel bad about depriving the man she loves of the thing he craves above all else. Sloane may come to believe that by returning Eric's child to him, in some sick manner, she can atone for her deception while she moves through with her and Eric's adoption. Perhaps she could find a method to persuade Nicole and EJ that their child died soon after delivery, then remove that child and offer it for adoption in place of the one she had actually located. Nicole's heart would undoubtedly break, but Sloane couldn't care less. They find each other intolerable. She only wants to make Eric happy. Of course, she would have to watch that the loss didn't drive EJ and Nicole apart, and didn't cause Eric to feel too sorry for her. But given that she could probably count on him being a content dad with her, it could be worth the risk. Naturally, fabricating a full adoption would require work, and as Sloane freely acknowledged, family law is not her area of expertise. Fortunately, she is collaborating on the adoption with Melinda Trask, a former district attorney who is the only other person who is aware of what she done. We wouldn't have even considered Melinda participating in the plan in the past, but times have changed. She has maintained strict control throughout her entire career. But suddenly, everything is coming apart. She lost her daughter a long time ago, and she's now lost her job and her chance to have a genuine relationship with Lai. All the strict legal guidelines Melinda clung to have been removed from her, and she no longer has that power. Sloane is essentially the last person she has, and Melinda has previously shown that she is able to keep a secret. Why not one more? Who cares anymore anyway? She also despises EJ, so stealing a child from him would offer her some sick joy. Perhaps Sloane will now shock us by acting morally and locating a child for adoption using only legal channels. But in Salem, that hardly ever occurs. Sloane has become a Salemite for better or worse, plotting and all. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.